Okay, guys, check this out. I was over here flying my drone, the DJI Mini 2. Well under the 249 grams, 241, I would say. I weighed it. And I was over at this restaurant right here. LoDa, Bier, Garten. My server was Mason 951. My total bill was $25.30. I gave him $40. Little bit of backstory. I was flying my drone out and around, and two police squad cars pulled up. Not a car, but an SUV. Now, I had my drone hovering about 20 feet above them. Zoomed in on them. Hey, I was recording too. I knew they were there for me. I'm just sitting there waiting because I happen to know the regulations when it comes to the FAA on flying drones. I'm in Mobile, Alabama, as you can see with the receipt. Now, there was a homosexual dude, a European dude that works there. I know he's the one that called the police on me. Although he lied and didn't admit it, that's what cowards do, The majority of people like this, homosexuals, of the European persuasion, lie when they're confronted with the truth. But that's here nor there. I got nothing against homosexuals. I don't care. What they do is nasty. It's just it's nasty, But, I'm flying my drone around. Ain't no one saying nothing. Instead of him confronting me about it, which he can if he want to, but legally I can do anything I want with my drone. He knew he wasn't going to get nowhere with me. So he calls the police. Police come and wait. I got about 10 minutes of recording of them hovering above them, watching what they're doing. And they're looking at me. One officer walks across the street underneath a awning, then back over. I'm following him the entire time with my drone. Eventually, he comes up to me. Now, there's two sisters sitting next to my right, and another two more sisters further to the right in their own little table. As soon as they start to come over, I tell them, begin to record. They come up to me and says, "Okay, well, you know why we're here." I immediately stand up. These are two European officers. One looks like a Mr. Clean trying to be. The other one, he knew he was wrong. He knew his partner was wrong, yet he didn't say nothing. You can tell by his stance and the way he looked with his glasses on. He says you can't fly your drone over people and in public areas because it's against the law. I told him, no, it's not against the law. Alabama has no such law. No such rule, no such regulation, no such policy. And then he hurried up and he said, well, the FAA says you cannot fly over people without their permission or a crowded area. I said, I took the FAA license requirement for my drone, both of them. And I tell them, dude, tell the truth. Don't sit here and lie. That's not what the FAA says. You know it. And I told him, and he said, don't pull your drone out anymore. I told him if my batteries weren't dead, and they are, I'd pull it out right now. There's not a damn thing you could do about it. Look, this is what he said. Well, if you pull it out, we'll have to see what we have to do next. I will call the FAA on you. I started laughing, right? And I tell him, the FAA is a federal regulated agency. you're not going to be able to get a hold of them as soon as you think. You'd have to call the FBI. And then he says, oh, you're one of them smart ones. I says, no, I'm one of them people that know what I can do and I do it. Now, mind you, they're on the other side of a table. I stand straight up. It becomes immediately apparent because of how short they are that I tower above them. All right, so this entire time, they're talking and telling me what I can and can't do. And I'm telling them if my battery wasn't drained, I would turn that thing on. There's nothing you can do. And they said, well, if you do, I'll have to find another route to go about. And then he walks off. He says something smart. And I says, dude, you fought crime. You really did your civic duty here in Mobile, Alabama. Man, it's some funny stuff. In any case, the homosexual bartender starts to get upset with two other sisters. Now I'm paying attention to what's going on. I know he's got some sort of an attitude for some reason. He's telling me this entire time that he doesn't work for free. And I told him, hey man, leave them sisters alone. Just go get my check. Now, I'm sticking up for the sisters, man. That's my duty. It's my duty in this world to stick up for my queens. If they ain't got no man with them, I'm going to be their man for them. You know, make sure nothing happens to them. That's my job. In any case, he's telling me, I says, dude, I tell him, dude, you're being disrespectful towards them the way you're talking to them. First, you know you're not supposed to do that. That's not good customer service. I used to be a bartender about 25, 30 years ago. So stop it. What's wrong with you? Well, they don't want to tip, is what he's saying. I'm telling him, they don't have to tip. It's not their job to tip you. It's not their job to pay you. Your job is through your employer to get paid. And then he's telling me, well, my employer doesn't pay me. Now, Mobile, Alabama, minimum wage for waiters and waitresses is only $3.15 an hour. It's not my job, but you've been doing this for 25 years as you say you're doing, and you're still only getting paid $23.15 an hour. They don't want to tip you. They're not going to tip you. And then he asked me straight out, you're not going to tip me? I says, no, I'm not going to tip you. Not with your attitude. Here's $40. Go get my change. The amount was $25.30. Now he's completely flustered, mad and pissed off because he knew he done messed up by calling the police on me and by giving these sisters some attitude. And he didn't think I was going to stand up and protect my queens. That'll be the day. We don't stick up for ourselves or our people. We can't complain about other people sticking up for us or doing this righteously. With that being the case, all my brothers and sisters, man, don't go to this place. Don't go to this bar, LoDa, La something or other. You know, that dude has got some real issues. That bar has got some real issues. He says people should tip. I says, you're right, people should tip, but I don't tip bad customer service. That's just not how it goes. That's your problem. If you got a problem, you need to go talk to your employer. And he said his employer doesn't pay him nothing. Eventually, he told me that his employer does pay him $3.15 an hour. That's how I knew that number. And this was, of course, at 3:41 p.m., 11/1/22, Mason was my server. You see the problem we're having? You guys got a problem. You guys got a problem with how much you're getting paid, and you want people to tip you, but it's not the people's job to tip you. It's your job to provide excellent customer service, whether you get tipped or not. Now, if I feel that you went above and beyond a call of duty, above your pay grade, I will tip you. But if you don't do that, why should I even worry about it? That's your problem. And we in a place where it's predominantly brothers and sisters, the original people of this planet. And these European people come here and act like they can do anything they want. And I told the sisters, you seen me stand up to the police officers. I stood right up when they came over to me. I gave back to them what they gave to me. That's that. I do that everywhere I go. I'm not going to let these people run me over, or my people, if I can sit here and see it and watch it and do something about it. So if you guys get a chance, don't go to this place. Don't spend your money with them brothers and sisters. They don't give a damn about you. Go to these other bars and stuff like that. It's owned by us as a people, you know. And at least if we get attitude from our people, we can accept that because we know where that attitude's coming from. But when it comes from anyone outside of us, we know it's racism. We know it's discrimination. We know it's because they got something against us and they want to do something about it, but they can't. You know, like I told the sisters, when the cops turn out the lights, it's even Stevens. Just like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X said. I'm gonna peace out to y'all. Don't forget, stick up for your people, brothers. Even if you got a personal problem with them, stick up for your people.